Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Long time no see. We're here for a card. I know, can you believe it? So I mentioned in my update video that I'm going to try to get out some Mother's Day card over the next week or two. That way for those of you who celebrate and you may be interested in one of my cards to send to your mother or a special woman in your life, you will have that ability? Choice? I don't know the word I'm looking for. So let's head over to my craft table. Okay, friends, we are going to make a Mother's Day card. So I'm going to use one of these two collections from Catherine Pooler. I can't decide which pattern I want, but I do know that I want some pattern paper. So I'm going to put these to the side. I may even bring in the Lawn Fawn plaid and see if I can line it up the way that I have in my brain. I've used my silhouette to cut out some letters. The white around it is from the offset that I put because I did want it to look white. If you don't have a cutting machine, you can always use, just use the software and then print them out and cut them out, especially letters like this. This would be pretty simple. I just don't own any letter dies that are big enough. So I'm gonna put this aside. Then we are using the Some Bunny stamp set from Paperie ink. It's this one. So I'm going to use 3 of these bunnies that are using the cans. Probably some of the flowers. And then to kind of connect them all, I bought this for another project. This is just embroidery thread. I don't have any embroidery thread. Or any twine either. Like I have a few rolls of ribbon, but I don't really have anything else. So I went ahead and bought this and we'll use this as well. So what I'm going to start off doing is I'm going to stamp probably everything twice. Not the sentiments, all the images. And then probably color everything, cut everything out, and then decide, because I have enough letters to make 3 cards. So, and I'm not pressed for time. I mean, I kind of am pressed for time because this is being filmed on Sunday and I want this to go up on Monday, but I'm not so pressed for time. I mean, it won't take me too long to color these bunnies. They're pretty basic and I want to color like 3 different colors. And anyway, you guys know what I mean. Now, Misty, you can take over and let's make some magic. So I am going to start by stamping on my Stamparatus. I'm going to be using the Gina K Designs ink, and I am stamping all of the rabbits along with all of the flowers. And I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm going to flip it and do continue stamping on the other side. So this is the most adorable stamp set. And when I say that you can use, this could have been a really pretty Easter, stamp set, but it's also just perfect for spring. So once I get this all stamped, I'm going to be doing some coloring. So I'm really excited. It's been a hot minute since I've put pen to paper. So here's a look at all the colors that I'm going to be using. The paper is messy, but I didn't want to waste it. So I'm actually going to turn on some music and speed this up. Simple coloring, and you can really see what I've done. If you want to see the coloring in real time, I will try to have that video posted on Saturday. after I finished coloring, I went ahead and scanned this and then cut it out using my Silhouette. Unfortunately, I had to go ahead and do a print and cut because the first one, it just cut all Willy Wonka. But luckily, I'd already colored everything, and so everything turned out okay. And I think the color from my printer turned out pretty good. So I am bringing in this die from Catherine Pooler, and I'm going to be cutting out 3 pieces of paper. I have a Melon Mambo from Stampin' Up, a Blushing Bride or Pink Pirouette from Stampin' Up, and then a Pool Party from Stampin' Up. And then I'm using this Slimline paper also from Catherine Pooler, and I've cut that down to fit on the inside of this frame. So initially I was going to do a different pattern for every card, but I decided not to. Oh, did I even tell you we're doing 3 cards? I don't even know. I decided to go ahead and do 3 cards. And these cards are available or will be available at some point today on my Etsy shop if you're interested, along with the other cards that I didn't get a chance to list from Easter. So I'm going to walk you through how I made this one, and then I will speed up the other ones. But I am going to adhere the MOM using dimensional tape. I end up using the Scotch tape. And then off of each letter is going to be one of the bunnies, and I'm going to adhere that with glue dots. And then I'm going to use the embroidery floss as the wire that's connecting all the cans. So I'm going to go ahead and line up the M at the top and the M at the bottom, and then I can center the O in the middle. And I really like how these cards turned out. At first I was like, Misty, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? And initially I was going to do them as regular A2 size cards, but I thought this would be so much cuter, and I could use a couple more little images. So as I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and use the embroidery floss for this, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and stamp this in sentiment. So I'm using the sentiment "Some Bunny Misses You," and I thought this would be a good card for those of you who aren't going to be able to see your mom at Mother's Day because of the pandemic, or maybe you're just not able to travel, etc. I thought this would be really cute, and that there's if you have 2 other siblings, this would be a perfect card. So I am adhering the bunnies with both dimensional and with a glue dot. So on the finished card, you're going to see that this bunny is not on there, and that's because I bent it too much and it had a crease, and I didn't like the look of that. So the finished card for this one looks a little bit different, but I still think it turned out really cute. This stamp set is just so stinking adorable, and I am so glad that I got a chance to use it. Before I forget, I'm going to be on the scrapbookpal.com YouTube channel tomorrow, and I made a really cute card using that Lawn Fawn Bubbles of Joy. That's probably the best card I've made in a hot minute, so I'll be sure to link that once it goes live, so you guys can check it out. But if you're not already subscribed to the scrapbookpal.com YouTube channel, I will try to remember to have that link down below. I am a design team member for them. They are a company that sells different like stamp sets, etc. They are where I've purchased my entire selection of Copics. I had the entire collection, and I've purchased from them all the time. And so I was really excited to be a member of their design team because they were already getting my business, and I've had so much fun. So again, I'm just using glue dots to get it on to the letter, and then using those pop dots, dimensional adhesive, whatever you want to call them, to make sure that it also fits down at the bottom and there's no gap. So I'm playing with where I want to put the sentiment. I end up putting all of them over the O's, and I'm going to bring in that embroidery thread, floss thread, I don't know. Isn't there like a floss tube for people who embroidery? My grandmother embroidered embroidered. Is that the word? Oh Lord Jesus, Misty. She used to do that all the time. She did like some pillowcases and some handkerchiefs. I did it a couple of times. I tried that and cross stitching. I love the look of it. I just don't have the patience. And there's no way I could do it now with my hands the way they are, but yeah. So my doctor's office will be receiving my infusion on Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I will be getting my infusion in the next week or so. They actually postponed our second vaccine. It was supposed to be on the 15th, but there was a conflict. So that will now be on the 22nd. So I'll wait an extra week, but hopefully I will feel well by my birthday, which is the following Thursday on the 29th. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I didn't have any issues with the first vaccine, and I am so happy to be vaccinated and hoping to see people, especially since I have a new nephew. I'll talk to you guys more about that in a later video, but I have a new nephew and I want to be able to see him, and I won't be able to do that until I'm fully vaccinated. So yeah. Okay, so I just used a glue dot to adhere the thread to the bottom of the cans, and now I'm going to go ahead and add the sentiment. So after I've done this, like you guys aren't going to see it because it's at the end and I didn't have the camera going, I brought in the EK Success powder tool. You could also just use some baby powder or whatever, and I dusted over the ends of the can where the glue dot was. That way it wasn't sticky. So the string is still stuck, but it's not sticky, so it's not going to stick to the envelope, etc. So yeah, so I'm going to fast forward through me making the other cards. This is the only one that I added shimmer to the letters. After doing it, I didn't really care for it. So when my Cameo cut these out, they didn't do a very good job. I have a new blade coming toward my way. So hopefully that will make it a little bit easier. But I even had this blade depth on like 7 and it's still barely cut. And this is that cheap, like Georgia Pacific cardstock from Walmart. I really, really struggled. So this floss you can pull apart into singular pieces. So what I did to leave it thick is at each end, I like kind of rubbed a glue dot around it. So you could also use just a dot of glue, but that way it would still be thick. It wouldn't just be like one, minuscule piece of floss. So for this one, I thought it would be funny if it was looking at the can as like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to, I'm not sure that I'm ready to get on it, or they're just yelling, my sister-in-law is very, very loud on the phone. So I just thought that would be cute and something a little different. So once I get this done, that's done. All 3 cards, all 3 will be available separately. Again, they will be linked in the comments down below, not in the comments, in the description box down below if you're interested. Here's a look at all 3 of them. Once I was done, I decided to go ahead and use the Nuvo pen on just the flowers. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Make sure you stop by the scrapbookpal.com YouTube channel tomorrow to check out the really fun card. I will have posts about that on all of my social media, which is also linked down below. And yeah, I'll see you Wednesday for another haul, and then hopefully Friday for another card. All right, guys, love you so much. Bye for now.